Are we starting? Yes.
All right, folks, if you're able, you can stand. We're gonna let.
Graduates or
Have
FP?
our graduates walk in.
Graduates?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Video. Am I allowed to take the video? It's
Welcome, welcome, welcome,
They haven't
folks.
given it to me.
My name is
Can I
Ramsey.
go ask?
I'm gonna be brief, really brief here, okay?
I'm
But I think I acknowledge people, because you don't get this many folks in a room together by yourself. So graduates, I'm gonna hit you all last, so don't worry about it. But I wanted to first make sure I acknowledge my colleagues who pulled this thing together. First, the Chancellor's Council, the Chancellor and the Chancellor's Council. I don't see everybody here, but the Vice Chancellor, the Provost, Vice Chancellor for Anti-Racism, Diversity, Equity, the Vice Chancellor for University Advancement, Interim Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, and also the Interim Vice Chancellor for Administration. We also have the deans of the colleges here, and I hope they'll forgive me by just saying it like that. The deans of the college are here, several of them. Also, the university system president graduates came out to see you all. So President Mahoney is somewhere in the room. So big thank him for coming out to see us. And to get us in this room, lastly, how we get here. I'm always wondering that how you get to a place. And it was some years ago, I ain't gonna believe this. Oh, before that, shout out to Black faculty and staff, my folks, I see y'all. Started here 2003, so I've been here 20 years now, and I always have to tell the story for you all graduates. And when I got here, it was I really had this intention to have a Black graduation because students asked me, and I was young back then, so I thought things were possible. They weren't so possible, but I kept pushing, and some years later, we were able to get a Black graduation. I only mention that because we have folks who were here in 2003 and 2004 and all the way up until 2017 or so who really wanted a Black graduation. They did come together. And I always think about them on this day like this because we're so excited for you all. One of the ways we were able to get a Black graduation, you all gonna have to visit this place at some point. It's this factory. And at this factory, they make these all kind of amazing things that you never would have seen before. And you just have to go to the factory. I'm gonna give you the address so you can go to it and see. But when you walk in that factory in the front door, they got a picture of Dr. Patterson. And right beside her, they got a sign that says, "We don't make them like this no more." So Patterson, thanks for having us. Thank you. How we doing? Next, one more before the students. I want to say something to the people out there sitting out in the crowd. I study African American literature. If you studied it like me, you'd be feeling like Ralph Ellison right now. Now, Ralph Ellison is a novelist who's most known for Invisible Man, but that ain't why you would feel like Ralph Ellison right now. Before Invisible Man in 1936, he was homeless and he traveled to New York City. And back then, if you were homeless and you were in New York City, you did what people do today. You stay in a homeless shelter. The next morning he woke up and he just happened to see these people he'd been reading about in books. One of them was this guy named Langston Hughes, and another guy was Elaine Locke. And they were just standing there. He walked up to them and started talking to them. And they were impressed by him. And he was mostly impressed by them. And they liked him so much that they introduced him to this other guy they knew named Richard Wright. And then Richard Wright introduced him to somebody else. And they kept introducing him. And at that moment, Ralph Ellison, he was so excited because he was surrounded by so much brain power. He was around all this Black brain power. Anyway, folks up there, folks back there over there, I know you're feeling like Ralph Ellison right now. Because right now you're surrounded by so much brain power, so much Black brain power. Graduates, we are so excited for you all. We are so excited for you all. We've been doing this thing, and one of the things I'm most proud of, we try to keep it rolling and get things moving. So I'm going to jump right into our main thing, because our speaker for today. Now I'm going to tell you something. Patterson has been on this thing lately where she said, "Hey, I'm going to get really risky, Rand." She told me that in August. She said, "First, I'm going to take a big risk." She said, "I'm going to ask my dude, Dominic Dorsey, to be a speaker." Said, you know, this is risk because nobody know what Dominic gonna do till he gets there. And so we survived it. So Patty said, I'm gonna do more than that, man. So I'm gonna take another risk. And she was talking about this person, and she was saying, well, this person does this, and this person does that, and this person does this, and this person does that. It felt like the person did multiple things. And then I realized something. The person she was talking about, Dean Robin Hughes, she might be 5 people. She's a professor. She's a sports junkie. Look, she's a home girl. She's up there ahead of you, but somehow she still got your back. Dean Hughes might be 5 people. I try not to do conspiracy theories. Okay. Most times I try not to do conspiracy theories. But I've never seen our speaker and Storm and Olivia Pope and Cookie Lion and Unveiled, and you know what Unveiled I'm talking about, the first one, you know, I ain't ever seen any of them in the same place at the same time. Dean Robin Hughes might be 5 people. Seriously though, because I know we got, yes, I'm gonna be real. She is the point guard of the school education, human health and human behavior. She's the quarterback of administrative leadership and vision. She's the assist leader when it comes to getting Black folks jobs at SIUE. She's the general manager of engagement, mentorship, and she's the principal of a high school. Anyway, Dean Hughes might be 5 people. She's the game changer of the game changers. She's the MVP of making a way out of no way. She's the icon. You don't play that. The league's leader of being in the league of her own. And finally, she is the GOAT of telling the truth to shame the devil. Dean Hughes, will you bring all of yourselves? Say a few words.
So I'm trying to get all my music together. And I know I have like 6, 7 minutes. 6 minutes, 6 minutes. So what I want to talk about today is anger and badness. And we're going to start out by talking about your origin, or how you learn to view and navigate this world, and how it has an impact on how you will influence or change in this world. Given all the attacks on diversity, equity, and inclusion, affirmative action, support for brown and Black folks, misogynoir, I'm going to tell you right now that this world, what this world needs are more angry people, more mad folks. More people who are angry or just mad about current state of affairs. We have to look beyond the media and just the talk and start doing something. And I'm pretty sure that anger will get us there. So your origin story should be like a roadmap. It should tell you that we're in trouble and that we have to make some changes. So my origin story is framed around interactions with family, neighbors, and schooling in Texas. So my parents moved to the country of Texas in the 60s, where my siblings and I were born and grew up. When I'm asked about activism and why I am intolerant of the slightest bit of foolishness, I always say, well, I don't choose my battles. I find the right troops, the right special forces to join me on the battlefield. And I fight every last dang one of them. Think about your own origin stories and how your response to all of the things that are going on in the world might impact and influence change. You are now college graduates. We, the world, are counting on you to change things. My parents counted on me and my generation of boomers to change the world. They expected my generation to be bothered, to be angry, to be mad in order to affect change. But not all of us got the memo. The seduction of stuff can really get in the way. there were a lot of folks that needed a Louis Vuitton or a Coach bag. So they couldn't help too much. They had to be quiet. So what does this look like for me? What does focused anger look like? So when I enter this educative space, in any room, any administrative meeting, any dean's council, any class, any airport, any hotel, any doggone hot dog stand, guess who's coming along with me? My entire neighborhood of Stop 6, Fort Worth, Texas. My parents, my teachers, all rolling up with me because their lessons have informed my origin story that influences and shapes how I act and make decisions, and it is intense. And you better ask the provost, the chancellor, and all of my dean colleagues how intense I can be. That origin story says that it is normal to open your mouth all of the darn time about all of the isms, including racism, sexism, homophobia, oppression, vitriol, folks picking on other people, bullying folks, hateful acts, and just being doggone mean. Origin stories follow you and influence how you affect change. While I lived through the 1960s and saw a lot of things, all of our origin stories in this room are touched by the 1960s civil rights movement. So during the civil rights movement, madness and anger were normal responses to institutionalized and organizational sanctioned trauma. What is abnormal is to sit back and watch stuff happen and not say a doggone word. We have not overcome, y'all, not yet. Civil rights messaged freedom for everybody, not just you, because you want to make sure that you get some stuff and are somehow fearful that you won't be seen as the angry Black person. New messages are different though. I have heard these over the last 20 years. Be nice, be quiet, don't say anything that might jeopardize your position. Work 10 times as hard, work twice as hard for half the pay. Don't make anyone uncomfortable. Don't make a fuss, shut up, play the game. Be friends, make friends, use your allies that aren't really allies, more like missionaries like Michelle Pfeiffer and Sandra Bullock in Blindside. Y'all know who they are, I won't name them. Sit in the cut, let someone else say something, you be quiet, your name is Bennett, you ain't in it. I told you to shut up and make friends, play both sides, make sure you're not seen to fill in the blank radical person of color. I see y'all. Don't show your whole cards. Let me quote Beyonce. This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold'em. So lay your cards down, 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 down. I'm sorry, but I can't sing. So what I'm asking you to do is slam your cards. Your origin story is ensconced and lives in the historical roots of the civil rights movement. And newsflash, that work ain't done. You'll be in good company if you're angry Black people. MLK said that our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Malcolm X said, if you don't stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. John Carlos and Tommy Smith are still mad. Since 1968, Maddie Lou Hamer would still be sick and tired if she didn't die from being so doggone resilient, the main killer of angry Black women. We're supposed to be scripted as these super women. And I want to tell people, we ain't no super women. I'm not no super woman. Don't let me go Karen White on y'all. If you feel it in your heart and you understand me, stop right where you are. Everybody sing along with me. I don't know that song. Everybody sing along with me. And I'm from the 70s. Shirley Chisholm, she was mad. She said, Black power is concerned with organizing the rage of Black people. Organizing the rage. Nikki Giovanni retired from Virginia Tech and she is still mad. You have to find a way, she says, you have to find a way to make people know that you are here. Everybody that loves freedom loves Harriet Tubman because she was determined not only to be free, but to free as many people as she could, even the ones who didn't want to be free. Maya Angelou went to her grave mad as heck. She said, if you're not angry, you're either a stone or you're too sick to be angry. She said, use that anger. You write it, you paint it, you dance it, you march it, you vote it, you do everything about it. You talk it and never stop talking about it. So before I close, because I'm at my 6 or 7 minutes, I'm going to have to ask for my grandmother's forgiveness, God rest her soul, because she always said, baby, people get angry, only dogs get mad. So grandmother, may you rest in peace and in glory. And I'm also going to apologize to my brothers who are Omega Bai. And I'm going to apologize to my cousins who are Omega Bai. And I'm going to apologize to Derek Houston. May they all forgive me as well as because they are members of Omega Psi Phi. I apologize because I'm not just very angry, but I am Q Psi Phi angry.
Thanks so much for being used. Folks, little sisters, little brothers, cousins, kinfolk, before we call the names, I did want to just say a few things. Sometimes you get to move really fast, Brother Cherry, you know, and you don't even think about stuff sometimes. But I was walking in the door and a family stopped me and they were letting me know how proud they are of the person they were here to support. Leilanda Brewer, her family is so proud. We're proud of you too, homegirl. So we arguing with y'all who the proudest of her, but we're proud of her. We thank you all for coming. We thank all of you all for coming out to support folks. People came down from Bloomington to support her. And so many of you all, one of the things that's hard about this ceremony, I remember some of you all, your very first day on this campus. And so now to see you trying to leave does something to us a certain way. Young brother Jalen, and I remember my man Caleb is here, one of my graduate students, Nicole Dixon, but you did happy because they go up other places. She's going to get her PhD in Northwestern. We're very proud of you, homegirl. I'll make that big money so she can help her professor out. We're gonna have Patterson take over, and she's gonna call these names, and we're gonna get things rolling out of here. Oh, Patterson, real quick, I just thought about it. Every year when we walk people in at the front of the line, it's always our good sister Kathy Bentley. And it's a rumor that Bentley is retiring. And I hope that's a rumor, Bentley. But we want to thank you so much, Bentley, for leading us all.
You need both screen, right?
Congratulations to all the graduates. You all heard DU, so you have your assignments, right? So your work. It's just
That's nice. What did you do?
I want to be able to
right
see.
now?
I just.
there's so many familiar faces. As Ramsey said, we saw you when
How
you
would you
came to
check
New Street
whether they are
orientation.
here or not?
I can't.
And now look at you.
How would you check whether they are here or not? How would you check the names?
They do it.
Oh,
Yeah, they
you just
do.
the slide.
Yeah, it's on.
So we're going to begin
But I
with
can't
our
see the
bachelor
Oh, you
degree
cannot see the.
recipients. I look forward to seeing everybody here
Yeah.
at our commencement exercises on May 4th and May 5th. Tamiwa Akela. Sociology minor, business administration. Dantrea Betts, major nursing. Journey Brewer. Sociology major, minor Black Studies. Leland Brewer. Mechanical engineering, minor Math. Ida Brinker. Business administration. Thea Bryant, major psychology, minor sociology. Dana Bullock, elementary major. Mitchell Chamness, social work. Nursing major. Sociology major, minor Black Studies. Charnay Collins, mass major, minor applied communication studies. Cameron Collins Vaughn, psychology major, minor sociology. Chelsea Cooper, social work major. Rashid Crump, applied communication studies, minor sociology. Alexis Davis, elementary education. Ugochu Elion. Mechatronics and robotics engineering, minor mathematical studies. It's on Riverside. Electric engineering. Jalen Evans, mass communications. Tamia Flowers, integrative studies, minor sociology. Jayla Fox, applied communications. Consuela Uri Fraser Bosley Taylor, nursing. Sakari Gant. Jocelyn Gibson. CA. Law. Elijah Glasper. Art and design. Becca Brent, public. Amara Ashay Green. Justice communication. Joshua Harmon, Integrated Studies, Urban Studies minor. Notori Hodges, Psychology major, minor Sociology. Simone Holmes, Early Childhood Education. Brianna Holman, English, secondary English language. Gabrielle Parton, Applied Communications Psychology. History. Johnson, Psychology, minor Applied Communication Studies. Allison Jolly, Early Child. Nakira Lewis, Psychology major, minor Exercise and Sport Psychology. Michaela Mallon, History major, minor Black Studies. Christian McAfee, Biological Science major. Joseph McClinton IV, Communication Studies. Tanea Mitchell, major Exercise Science, minor Psychology. Applied Communication Studies. Oh, Reem, you better come on through. Reem Mohammed. Jessica Nahom, Psychology major, Applied Communication Studies. Abi Soa Alatunde, Biological Sciences. Ridwan Oyebamaji, Biological Medical Science, minor Public Health, second minor was Chemistry. Kaya Rainey. The second minor, Public Health. Jeremiah Robertson, Major Art Studio. Jocelyn Robinson, major nursing. Ontarius Rollins, major theater and dance, concentration performance. Rashay Sims, criminal justice major, minor sociology. Harley Singleton Key. Somerville. Hello, Mount Spencer. Lima Spencer. Justice Major, minor 3. Hendrick Stewart. Sciences. Janaya Taylor. Major, minor, exercise and sports. Nyla Thompson. Theology. Jacqueline Vaughn, psychology major, minor, business administration. Sandria Waller, minor, criminal justice studies. Kyra Wells, social work major, minor, psychology. Jalen White, English major, minor, psychology. Nursing. Cameron Simone Williams. Maya Wimberly. Psychology. Dania Yancey, major psychology, minor with studies. Oh my God. Trent Banks. Major business administration. Kyla Colma. Nadeja Washington. Maya. Hill. Maya Hill. Criminal justice major, minor, forensic sciences. Those conclude our bachelor awardees, and this is the beginning of our master's candidates. Kayefi Mechanical Engineering. M.A. Ade DG. Civil Engineering. Aluwatabi. Sociology major. Gordon, psychology major. Shonda Curtis, education administration. Paul Dixon, major. English. Danye Edwards. Kayla. Major, higher education and student affairs. Education and student affairs. Michaela Lovelace. Teaching. Comfort Michael. Management Information Systems. Joyce Mawatwa. Applied Communication Studies. Shulamite Alu Koyade. Applied Communication Studies. Concentration, Health Communication. Tanya Spires. Health Informatics. Amina. Nursing practice. Nurse anesthetist. Sharon Moore. And student affairs. And our last candidate that is walking across is receiving his doctorate.
Get a graduate's hand again. I'm so proud of y'all. Boy, look, I was so nervous this whole time because the homegirl was on that thing. Y'all was gonna come back and this is gonna be called the Candace Hall Ballroom. Anyway, thank you so much, homegirl. Just before we go, boy, they make me do it. You know they make me do it. They give me a list of stuff I gotta say. We had one of our graduates was here earlier and she hadn't been back and she hadn't seen a Black graduation here because when she was here, they were still tripping. That's like, yeah, I can see it. Anyway, they were still tripping anyway. So she was like, wow, this is great. She said, you and Patterson been up? I was like, you know we have, man. But one of the things I gotta say, she said, how they let y'all do it? I said, I had to agree to some things in order to have a Black graduation. I'm cool with some of the stuff they had me agree to, okay? One of them, they said, you have to tell the graduates that this is a Black graduation. So y'all gotta go to the other graduation. And I don't improve because I used to call it something else. But this is the Black one. You gotta go to the other one. I got it, Dr. Atkins. I got it, Dr. Atkins, all right? Other thing I have to say on behalf of, and I know y'all don't want to hear this, but we were friends until now. It don't have to be next week, graduates. It don't have to be next month. It don't have to be even next year, but you know you're gonna get a call from this school. And I know you're still mad about the goddamn parking ticket. Okay, but we're gonna ask y'all for some money. My bad. Y'all gonna be making that big money though. All the goddamn engineers and pharmacists, y'all, so do me a big favor and consider, I ain't gonna even say consider, get back to the school when they call. Here's what I'll promise you. As long as I'm here, as long as the good sister Patterson is here, we're gonna always press the foundation about that money is going to the people. All right, we're gonna always push them on making sure that money goes to the people. So when you're making that big money, do consider giving back to the school. I appreciate you on that. And I would even say that if they didn't make me say it, okay? But I do believe that we can give back. And that's the money part. The part that I ask you for. They ask you for the money and they're right to do it, and you should help them out on it. The thing I'm gonna ask you all for is just to give back some of your ideas. It's ways that you know this school could be better. And let us know that. Let the university know, let Patterson know. I always say, let me know. It's easy to find me. I stay in the streets. So holler at me. You know, here in St. Louis, holler at me. And just let us know, here are ways that this can be a better place, okay? Other thing is just keep being you. That's the biggest donation you can give us. Because somebody in your block where you were from, they're gonna see you and they're gonna figure out, they're gonna see all these wonderful things about you. And one of the things they're gonna know is that you went to SIUE. Where I stood in this very room enough times, I can remember a young man came to the Black graduation as a high school student, and he said, hey, this is what I want to do when I graduate. And he's walked across the stage graduating. So just do what you do, and that's going to be the biggest donation we can get, because we want more people just like you. I've been on the up, I've been on the positive, but I will say I acknowledge it. I know it's hard being Black students at this goddamn school, okay? I know it's hard. So the fact that you did it, you finished up in this place. We need other people to be just like you. I appreciate you all. Parents, we have a little bit of food out there for you. Graduates, don't you all wander too far, because my man Ash, he likes to take a photo of you all. So don't wander off too far. You're gonna start right there. But parents, y'all don't have to wait. I promise we ain't gonna let them run away. But we do have food out there, so you might get in line before them. But other than that, let's get the graduates a hand, give yourself a hand, we're done.